Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a different kind of video today. Today we're actually going to take a look at one of the tools we as Simmers can use to keep track of our family gameplay and our family trees. So this is the Sims tree. This is one of the few family tree trackers around. I haven't actually used the other websites too extensively, like you've got the Sims Legacy Hub and the Sims Dynasty tree or something along those lines. I haven't used them too much, but I have had a wee look at them. But I think by far my favorite is the Sims tree. As we all probably know, the most popular Sims family tree tool was Plum Tree app, which sadly did shut down. But the Sims tree has come out with a really amazing app, and that's what we're going to be looking through today. So the team from the Sims tree kindly gave me a free subscription for full access, so I can show you guys all the features of this app and what you guys can do with the website. So with the Sims tree, you can create your unique, fully customizable Sims family tree, share the genealogy, pedigree, and unforgettable moments of your dynasty characters as they grow across generations. And you can also import your legacy history from the Plum Tree app. So I'm not sure if you guys would have your old downloaded Plum Tree family trees, but if you guys did happen to have those, you can import them into the Sims tree and keep your family tree so you don't have to restart from scratch. So yeah, this is kind of a quick look at what it sort of entails. I love this little animated picture, it's so cool. But yeah, it's just so aesthetically pleasing. I really like the look of this. It's definitely my favorite in terms of interface and UI. It's also quite customizable as well, but which we'll get into in the video. So currently, as of when I'm filming this, these are the tools in it that are available with the Sims tree. So obviously you can create your family trees, which is the whole point of the app. You can customize it, which we'll go into a bit later as well. You can also edit your photos. It's basically just a built-in photo editor for your images, which is really freaking cool. So you can also store photos of like your Sims in the gallery and then share them if you'd like. You can of course import your tree if you have one. And there's also a community tab where you can share your tree and other people can see them, and it's like a cute wee community of supporting each other's family trees and having a look through the history of our Sims, and I just think it's a really cool idea. And this here is an interactive family tree that they've made for you to have a look. So if you aren't too sure if you're going to like this, you could always come and have a look at the family tree that they've provided on the front page. So you can click on the Sim card and find the information about the Sims that they've uploaded. But yeah, you can see all the customization here that you can do, like with the background and how cool the icons are. And yeah, I think it's such a cool app. Another feature you've got is you can choose whether you like dark or light mode. I'm a light mode girly. Another thing that I really love is the fact that you can use the app on your phone. So you can update your family tree from literally anywhere. You could be across the world and think, oh damn, I want to add that to my Sim storyline. Do it. You can. It's right freaking there at your phone. It's so easy to use. I'll show you guys a bit later on how the phone functionality works, but it's identical. It is so simple to use. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's on the front page, and you can go ahead and register here. If you have any questions, you can send them an email, and they've also got their socials linked down the bottom here if you want to check them out. But yeah, that is a bit of an overview of what the Sims tree is and how it kind of works. So just going through the couple of the things up here, there is a blog where you can come through and see like blog posts and that about it. You've also got the gallery, which is where you can share your family trees to and check out. So say we wanted to have a look at this family tree, we can click on it and it'll take you to Megan's family tree, which is, oh my god, actually freaking incredible. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Do you see how much customization you've got? That's incredible. That is a lot of work put into a family tree. So yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of how it works, and you can see anyone's, you can get ideas for your family trees and see how you want to lay them out, and I think it's just really cool. Another cool feature is that you do have this service guide, which is basically just instructions on how to use it. So if you're ever not sure about how to do anything, you can just come and look at the instructions here. It tells you exactly how to make a family tree. So it's very user friendly. I'll probably be referring to this at some point because I will probably forget how to use it. But let's go ahead and log in. So it's going to take me straight to my sort of dashboard, I guess you could call it. So this is just a family tree that I've got going at the moment. Just a personal whimsy I'm doing, and I've just started with my Sims, so ignore that, we'll make our own. So before we get started into creating our own family tree, I did just want to go through a couple of disclaimers. So the Sims tree, while it is free, there is a subscription version. So they really kindly gave me a free subscription so I could show you guys the features of this and just be able to test it out and really let you know my opinion and if I think it's worth it. So I've got this here. So this is from the Sims tree. It's basically just comparing the free and the pro subscription. It's available to see on the blog, so if you guys want to have a look, you can. I'm not going to read it all out, but basically, with the free version, you only get one family tree. You can't make multiple. So the one you get given when you start is the only one you can have. You can delete it and create a new one, but you can only have one at a time. You can have as many characters as you want and like generations. There's no limit to your actual family tree, but you can only have one. So with the pro subscription, you can have multiple, as many as you want, and there's a few other perks which you can pause to read if you'd like. The Sims tree has also really kindly given me a promo code for you guys, which gives you some money off if you did want to buy the pro plan. So if you did want to buy the pro plan, you can get $4 off the annual plan price if you use my code, which I'll pop on screen. I'll also pop all the details in the description below if you are interested in doing that. But yeah, if you do want to get some money off, feel free to use that code and it supports my channel. Just an FYI, they are not paying me. They've just given me a free subscription and also given you guys the opportunity to have some money off the pro plan if you did want to. So yeah, I'll pop all the information in the description for that. Now that that's all out of the way, let's get into the actual making of the family tree. So when you load into your dashboard, you will have your one family tree here. I'm going to go ahead and just add one just for the sake of it, so we can go through the whole process together. So I don't really have a family tree that I need to make right now, but for the sake of showing you guys how it works, I'm going to go through and sort of create a mini 100 baby family tree. So we're going to name this the Jameson family tree. You can go ahead and add a photo, but I don't have any photos that are specifically for the cover. I've just got photos of my Sims, so we'll just skip that for now. You can also add some information like a description. You can also add some additional information. I don't know, maybe you could do like the date you started, which for me I think was like 2022. I don't know, we'll go with that. And then you can hit save and there we go. It'll create your family tree. So this is what it'll look like. It's not gonna lie, kind of jarring. It's a very bright color. So if you click up here, you can see your dynasty cards. So if I had a picture, you could see that. You can also add photos in there, and you can also see the little information that we added here. And if you want to edit it, you can do so, and you can also delete it that way. So once you've got, you know, your dynasty all set up, you can go ahead and start creating your family tree. So basically how it works is you create Sims within the Sims tree, and then you can add them to the family tree. So if you go to the left here, you can click on the tab My Sims, and this will bring up where you can create your Sims. So let's go ahead and start adding a Sim. So I'm going to start off with McKenna, of course, because she was our founder. She was our matriarch for our 100 baby challenge. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in all of her information. So we've got McKenna Jameson. She was a female. So you can input their location, and it's got all of the worlds currently in The Sims 4, which is so cool. It's even got their little icons. So McKenna started off in Willow Creek. She is unfortunately dead, and she died by old age. So we can click on that one here, and again, it's got every death in the game. Well, I don't know about every death, but to be fair, I don't know how many deaths are on The Sims 4, so I would not be able to tell you that. So you can actually also add tags. Now this has got a little bit to it, so I'm going to come back to it. So we'll just move on. You can select an occult, which you have to also create. I will cover those two in a second. So if you're using the Sims tree to keep track of a family tree in The Sims 4, you can go ahead and use the drop down traits here, which I think is all of The Sims 4 traits. Again, I genuinely could not tell you what The Sims 4 traits are, but I think these are all Sims 4 traits. Maybe also The Sims 3 though, I'm actually not 100% sure. But if you have any traits that your Sim has, maybe custom traits or anything, you can go ahead and add them in this box here. So say your Sim was active and alluring, I don't know. And then you also had a third trait which was custom, like I had one for McKenna. She was flirty, so I could go ahead and add that character trait here, even though it's not on the drop down. So yeah, that's a really cool functionality. I'm going to delete those because McKenna was not those. And then the same thing for aspirations as well. So I'm not sure if the Sims 3 aspirations are in here. I don't think they are. So say you're creating this family tree for a Sims 3 Sim, you could go ahead and write their Sims 3 aspiration in here. So I think that's really cool. McKenna, I think she had big happy family. We'll go with that. And again, you can add additional fields. So say you were creating a family tree for the Sims 3, you could add their star sign, you could add their favorite food, their favorite music, even for the Sims 4, you could add their turn-ons and their turn-offs. And I'm also going to add a photo. I did get some photos prepared, so here's McKenna. So when you go to add a photo, it brings up the edit photo tab, I guess you could call it, and where you can go through all these things. I will go through them a little bit further in some other ones, but you can crop the photo, you can add filters, Facetune, add stickers, you can add frames. I'm not going to do anything for McKenna, but I do have a couple photos I need to edit, so we'll go ahead and use that feature for those. So let me just add the photo, and there we go, the photo is added. So now that we've done everything, we can go ahead and hit save, and then it adds the character of McKenna. Just going back to the tags and to the occult, if you come over to the handbook here and hit the little drop down, you can see here that we've got occults, icons, and tags. So if we click on tags, we can go ahead and add a new one. So this is a way that you can filter through your Sims. So say you have over 150 Sims in your characters list. Some for the Sims 3, some for the Sims 4, some for the Sims 2, heck, some for the Sims 1. You can go ahead and add different tags. So McKenna is obviously from the Sims 4. So I can go ahead and add a tag for the Sims 4. Click save, and then it's in my list of tags. Maybe I want to add the Sims 2 as well. There we go. So now I've got the Sims 2 tag as well. So now that we've got all our tags that we wanted to create, we can go back to our My Sims tab and come in here and edit McKenna. And for tags, we can select a tag, and she is from the Sims 4. So I'm going to select that one. And basically, say you had, I don't know, 150 Sims in this list. You can go ahead and click filter up the top here, and you can filter by tags. So yeah, that's a really cool feature. Okay, so now that we've created McKenna, we can come back to our Jameson Dynasty. And what we can do is we can come up to the top right here where we've got all our tools, and we can toggle on edit mode. So if we come and click the little cog wheel, we can add our sim and we can add McKenna. So there we are. She's gone into our family tree. If we turn it off, we've got one sim here on our little family tree, and this is our founder. So you can add parents of her, or you can add, you know, her children, which we will go ahead and do. And we can also add like partners and stuff if we've got one, which we do not. So now that we've got McKenna in our family tree, I really need to get rid of the color in the background. It's really throwing me off. So say you also actually despise bright colors, you can come up to the top right here and click on the little edit buttons here, and it'll bring you to the tree styling page. So this is where you can change your background and change a bunch of the settings of your family tree. So it tells you here which ones are free and which ones are pro. So these blue ones are the free ones that you can use if you don't have the pro subscription. So you've still got loads of options, and these ones are a cotton socks. She's created some, you've got other creators as well, and you've also got the basic Sims tree ones if you did want, you know, just some other colors. There's lots of customization. So even though you don't have the pro subscription, you still have access to so many different backgrounds that you can choose from. There's so many, and they're so cute as well. If you do have the pro subscription, you can also upload a background, so you can upload any picture you want that's on your computer. So let me just find a really cute one that we could use. I really like these ones here. So these are the free ones by Nuna Muna. This one's the one I use for my whimsy background. I think I'm going to use it here as well. I don't know, I just really like the look of this one. Okay, so we've changed our background. Now we can also go ahead and change the style of our tree. So you can do a lot of customization in here. So let's just go through each thing. So we can change the color of the tree lines, how thick the lines are, the color of the highlights, the border color, which is the color around the sim here, change the thickness, change the rounding, change the line. We can select if we want to display the shadow, so this little shadow behind the circle there. Change the color of the ear line, which is really cool. We'll go through that soon. You can select to display or not display like the ear line, which I'm going to turn on. The pets, their name and their surname. You can also change the color of their name and surname, display their dead or alive status, which I'm also going to turn on. Put the color of it, change the pet icon border and the color and the line type. All the same sort of things as you can do with the normal ones, like the thickness and the rounding. Let's just make those changes that I had. So I'm going to have to go ahead and edit that because that's quite a light color. So if I come to the alive and dead status color, I can use the color picker here, or you can insert your own hex number if you've got a specific color you like. And I'm just going to make this one slightly darker like that. And there we go, now we can see it. So yeah, before we start customizing our lines and stuff, we're not actually going to be able to see them unless we add some sims. So let's go through and add some of McKenna's kids and add a couple of generations. So let's head back to our My Sims tab and we're going to create a new sim. So I think I'm going to go ahead and create Carson so I can show you guys the creation of the occult tags as well. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added his details in, and just a bit of a context if you guys aren't familiar. Carson was like the 5th born in our 100 baby challenge, and he actually died from the sun because he was a vampire. So but yeah, he actually died as a teen, so we never got him to count towards the baby count, which is so depressing, but it's a bit of a meme in the legacy. But yeah, anyway, so I've added him to be part of our tree. So I added in all of his details, and we can also go ahead and add in his occult. So I don't have any options here because we need to go and create some. So I'm going to save his character and come back to the handbook, and this time click on occults. So what we could do is we can come up here and click add, and we can add an occult. So one thing about this is that you have to add a picture. If I just type in vampire, it's not going to let me save because I haven't added a photo. I'm going to go out and we can come up here to this button here where we can go ahead and download some icons. So this takes you again to the blog, and you can download some really cute icons to put in there. So I think I'm going to go with, maybe we'll call it the Halloween ones. And it just downloads, ignore that. And then it just downloads to your computer, of course. So I'm going to close this and let's come back in here and add the vampire. Okay, so now that we've got the icons downloaded, we can go ahead and select the vampire one. And there we go. Now we can save it. So yeah, we've got a vampire there. So if we go back to our Sims, click back on Carson, click edit, we can come down to occult and we can select vampire. Now Carson is marked as a vampire. We can go ahead and toggle on edit mode, and let's add a child of McKenna. So of course Carson is McKenna's child. And let's add him here. So it shows here that he is a vampire, and it's so easy to see. So let's go ahead and go back to our Sims and let's create another Sim. So now we're actually going to go ahead and create Alyssa. So Alyssa is our founder. She was the next matriarch, next founder. Yeah, for the 100 baby. So she's currently our heir, I guess you could say. A little sneak peek into her makeover. So if you watch the video, you got the sneak peek of her little makeover before the next episode. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill in her information. Okay, there we go. We've added her into our character. So let's come back to our family tree, toggle on edit. So now we're going to add another child of McKenna, of course, because that's what Alyssa is. And let's come in here. You can also search as well, I forgot to mention, and we can insert her there. Okay, so there she is. So when we were in earlier, I turned on the display ear line. So what this does is it allows you to show your ear. So say you've got 20 generations and you have a matriarch for each one. What you can do is you can go to edit mode and just click on the sim that was your ear, and it goes from, McKenna was our first ear, it goes through to Alyssa, and from Alyssa it would go through to her child, and so on and so forth. You guys understand how that works. But yeah, I think it's really cool. You can also change the color, which let's go ahead and have a look, right? I don't know, what sort of color are we thinking? I went for purple backgrounds on their photos, so maybe we'll go for purple since that was McKenna's color. All right, there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and add Alyssa's kids. So we're going to move on to the next generation. So if we go ahead and go back to our Sims, we can add one in, and I'm just going to quickly add some so you don't have to keep watching me do the same thing over and over. Okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and go through the photo editor with you guys. So for Zena's picture here, so I took her screenshot with a different reshade to what I'm currently using. So her photo is got a different sort of color to McKenna's. If I show you side by side, you can see that the reshade's a bit more pale, and this one's now more like bronzy. So we can fix that in the photo editor by coming in here. So obviously you've got all this functionality, but there's also filters, so we could come through and find a filter that we like. I think the best one here would be warm. I think that matches pretty well. And if we come to Facetune, you can edit, we can make it brighter if we wanted to. You can make it dimmer. I'm going to keep it sort of where it was at. You can also change the contrast, which I'm going to bring maybe up just a smidge. Saturation as well. Just do a bunch of editing like you can, you know, in any sort of editing app, which is actually really cool functionality. And we can also draw as well. So say you wanted to, that is a horrible love heart. I'm so sorry you had to see that. But yeah, you can do kind of anything. You can add rectangles, ellipses, you can add stickers. Say you want to put an angry face there. She's pissed off or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much all of that. You guys can have a play around with it. It's all available in the free version. It's not premium at all. So I think I'm happy with this. Let's just go ahead and hit done. Okay, there we go. Now I've added Xena. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some of Alyssa's kids. So if we hit the down arrow on Alyssa, it's going to create her child. So let's start by inputting Xena. She was born first. So she's in there, and then we can add another. We'll make this one Yale, and then we'll add another. This can be Darcy, another child, and this can be Demi. All right, there we go. And let's pretend that this is how our family tree goes, and we were going to pass the air on to Xena. There we go. So if I toggle off edit mode, you can also click on your Sims like profile card and see all the information. And you can also see pets. So say she had a pet, you'd add one. The same way you add a sim, it's over in your My Sims, and then under pets, you go ahead and add the pet, and that's how you would add it to your sim. I'll go ahead and do it actually just so you guys can see. I don't have a picture or anything, so let's just name it Bob. And it's a pet, sure. So let's go back, and let's say the pet was McKenna's after she got old. So we'll go ahead and click on her SIM card, add a pet, Bob. Oh, I don't know why. No, there we go. Okay, there we go. So it comes up with the image of the pet on their face. So kind of similar to how Carson's comes up here. The pet comes up on their face as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of how to create the family tree. And obviously as it gets bigger, so let's say Darcy had a kid, it's going to get, you know, smaller and smaller, and then the tree is going to get bigger and bigger. It's so aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what it is about it. But let's go ahead and play with some of the settings. Actually, we haven't done this yet. So I like the tree lines being white, so that shows you this. But maybe you want them to be bright red. You can do so. There you go. I think that's horrendous for my eyeballs. Like, I'm just gonna change it back to white, because I prefer it there. I'm gonna make the lines a bit thinner as well. So we can also add highlights. So maybe we wanted to add, I don't know, a purple highlight for McKenna. Let's just do maybe a 1 thickness, see what that looks like. Oh yeah, and you can see here that the lines have a little purple tint behind them, which I think is actually really cute. So I'm going to keep that, believe it or not. So the avatar border color, that's the background around them. I like that being white. Maybe we can make it 1 thicker, see what that looks like. That looks quite nice, I think. And then obviously you've got the pet border. So say we wanted your pets to be different, maybe like a blue color. Now your pets are blue. And then you can also do the same with the occult. So maybe we want our occults to be like orange, and then his occult thing will go orange as well. So yeah, there's a lot of customization you can do. You can play around with it to see what it is that you like. We'll go with that. Let's just leave it as is. Why the frick not? So with the styling, some of it is locked behind the pro subscription. So you can change all the colors. The thickness is a pro feature. Same with changing the line and like the rounding. So that is all pro, unfortunately. So you can just change the color. That is the only thing you're not able to do. So you can still change all of the colors, which I think is, you know, all you really need. It doesn't really matter too much about the thickness. If it's really that important to you, you can buy the pro subscription, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental. It still looks really gorgeous anyway. So I think that's pretty much it with regards to making your actual family tree, and like all the functionality and the customization you can do. If you do want to go ahead and share your family tree, you can do so here. So you can add a little preview picture and change your status here. So if you want to add it to the gallery, you need to add a preview photo. But you can go ahead and do it by link, and you can share it with your friends or on a Discord channel, or you can keep it private just for yourself to have a look at. So just a final couple of things. If you did have a family tree you wanted to import, you can go ahead and click on your little profile up the top here. Then there is an option for import tree, and you can go ahead and select the .js files and add your tree in, which is from the palm tree. So before I end the video, I just wanted to quickly insert a couple of clips and talk about just the phone app version of the Sims tree. So it's called TST Tree, which is the Sims tree, and you can get it on the App Store and I assume on the Google Play Store as well. I don't have an Android, so I don't know, but I assume it's just on the App Store for all phones. But this is what it looks like. It's very similar. So if you click on the top 3 lines on the left, it shows you, you know, your dynasties. You can see your family trees. If you click on My Sims, it will of course take you to all your Sims. So it's got the exact same functionality as the website version. It's just condensed and being put onto your phone, which is very cool. So if you click on the SIM cards, it comes up all the same, shows you all the same information. You can also edit them as well, so you do have access to do all of that, changing the features. Same with the pets, and if you go back, you can of course access the handbook and you can add your occults like you can on the web. There is nothing different. The only thing different, you can even download the icons. The only thing that's different is the fact that it's on your phone. You also do have the instructions. These will open up in a separate tab. I couldn't get them to work, but maybe you guys will have more luck. Maybe my app's just not up to date. And then obviously you've also got the gallery, which you can access to see all of other people's, and obviously you've also got the blog to see posts about the Sims tree and about some information. But it's all works exactly the same. So if I come back to the family tree and click on McKenna, there she is. I've got her photos there, her parents, she obviously doesn't have any, and all of her information, I can edit her. I can also toggle edit mode, zoom in and say I wanted to add Zena's child. I can go ahead and do that. So you just have to click on the SIM cards to get the options to come up for each of it. So I'm just going to delete that. But yeah, it is exactly the same. It is so well optimized for your phone. You have all the same settings like light and dark. You can still share it from here. You can get the link. It's just really handy for on the go. You can of course access your account from the top right as well. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and show you a little bit about how the phone version works. It was such a good idea on their part, and I don't believe that any of the other websites offer compatibility for phone as well. So I really hope I covered everything in this video, but if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment anything down below and I can try and answer. Otherwise you can of course refer to the instructions, which is so amazingly provided to you, so you don't have to struggle and figure out what to do. But yeah, if you want to ask me, I can try and help you. Otherwise you can reach out to the Sims tree team. And if you guys did want to get the pro version, you can use code keatasims to get $4 off the annual plan. I think it's $24 yearly or $3 a month if you prefer to do it that way, but you don't get the discount on the monthly. But I don't think you really need the full pro subscription. Of course, if you want it, you can get it, but you can definitely get as much out of this as you need to with the free version. But yeah, I think this is such an aesthetically pleasing and such an easy tool to use. I don't know, just something about the way it's laid out and the way it works is just so user-friendly. I really do recommend this, and I will be using this for all my family trees. Catch me probably creating the entire Sims 4 100 baby challenge family tree, all 60 children. Anyway, let's not think about that because it's nuts, but I think it could look so cool. But yeah, a big thanks to the Sims tree for giving me a free access so I can show you guys and share this with you. But I really hope you guys did find this helpful. Hopefully someone learned something new and had never heard of this before. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything to do with this app. So I really hope you guys did enjoy this different kind of video. Let me know what you thought down below. Let me know your thoughts on the Sims tree as well. And if you do have family trees in the Sims tree already, please share the link with me. I've got a link to my Discord down in the description. Come join, send your family trees in the Discord channel. It would be so cool to see what you guys have come up with. But yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one.